Guys, it's Nick. I'm getting off my stop here at Kato Patissia, where I'm staying in an Airbnb. It's around 12:30 at night, so I'm going to walk around the neighborhood to show you, to see if you think it may be dangerous or if it's a good area for you to stay at if you come to Greece. So this is the Kato Patissia train station, the number 1 line. It's about, I don't know, 5 stops or so from Monastiraki. And this is what it looks like outside. So I'm going to take a little walk around here and then head up my street and then show you what you get around this neighborhood on Airbnb for what I paid for this apartment. Because as good as Airbnb is, the pictures that they show of, you know, maybe the street or something like that, they always obviously try to show it in the best possible light. So I like to show everything, the good, the bad, and the in-between, and let people decide for themselves if maybe this is a good neighborhood for them to stay at if they come to Athens. And this is Akarnan Street right here, so this goes all the way into the city center if you take this straight down. There's a lot of Pakistanis and I think maybe some Arabs and stuff like that in this neighborhood, so you'll see the restaurants. There's a lot of Indian, Pakistani kind of restaurants here, which is not the same as Greek, but you know, a little similar. They have the shish kebabs and pitas and stuff like that. So let's see what they got here. See, they got all these shish kebab kind of deals here. Looks pretty good, actually. And another restaurant says Asian food. By Asian, I think they mean kind of like Indian, Pakistani kind of thing. This is the street I'm staying on, by the way, kind of all the way up the hill. So I'm not going to walk all the way to the next train station, which is Agios Nikolas, but I think you might get a decent picture of the neighborhood at night, late at night, Friday night, 12:30 at night. This is what it's like, and I'll do a inside of the Airbnb and then probably walk around outside in the daytime just to show you the difference between night and day in this area. So this is what it's like. Let's go check out the inside of my Airbnb apartment. Okay, so let's take a look at my Airbnb apartment here in Kato Patissia. So starting from the front door, in Greece, you have to turn on this switch to heat the hot water before you take a bath for about 15 minutes before you take a shower or whatever. So that's very common in Greece. And this is a very small studio apartment, so it doesn't have a big kitchen, although, you know, it has a fridge here. It's not huge, but it does have an ice box, and it has a washing machine, which is awesome. I mean, it's real awkward to reach, but it did the job. And a hot plate, which I didn't use, and I'm only here for 5 days, so it doesn't really matter. If I was staying like, you know, 3 weeks or a month or something, I would probably want a full stove, so I would need something bigger. This to me is very important. A coffee maker, a drip coffee maker. A lot of times you don't have that in Europe. You have these hot water kettles and stuff like that. So I always look for that when I'm booking an Airbnb apartment. And what's also important is that they give you the little things, the oil, the vinegar, the salt, soap for the washing machine and stuff like that. You don't want to have to be resupplying the whole apartment if you're just staying someplace for a few days. So you have your cups and plates and all of that. So kitchen is functional, although small for sure. Now let's take a look at the bathroom. The bathroom is, you know, very newly redone. So nice floors, walk-in tile shower. One thing that I hate about Greece showers is they have these kinds of fixtures that, you know, it runs down here and it runs here, but nobody ever has a thing up here to hold it up. So you have to, with one hand, wash yourself and the other hand, you know, use this. So I would like to see that in more apartments. So toilet is new. Of course, in Greece also, you cannot flush paper down the toilet because it clogs up, because, I don't know, the pipes are a smaller diameter than can handle. So that's a little kind of gross. And so this is the main room, good sized bed, very brand new air conditioner, and it works very well. And a little bit, you know, a view of outside and a few things in the closet here. This may be important to some people, not to me, but there's an iron and the drying rack, an extra blanket, and I guess a heater for the winter. So guys, that's a look at this apartment. I'm staying here for 5 days. It cost me about $230 on Airbnb with all the fees, the cleaning fees and all of that. So it works out to about $45 a day. So if you want to rent something in the Kato Patissia area, you can expect to pay something around that range for a studio apartment in the middle of August, let's say. That's where I'm renting it right now. So I'm also going to go outside now and walk down the street and walk over to the metro station so you can see what the neighborhood looks like during the daytime as well, just to get an idea if it's someplace you might want to stay in the future if you find yourself in Athens. So guys, this is the neighborhood of the Airbnb that I'm staying at. It's right around in this area. I don't want to show the exact address, even though it is an Airbnb rental. I guess I'm sure the guy wants to rent it, but you know, I don't want to show the exact building, but it's generally in this area in one of these types of buildings here. You know, you walk up a flight of stairs, there's probably 8-10 apartments in the building, something like that. And there is a supermarket right here, which has some, you know, pretty good stuff, good products, not too expensive. And so I'm gonna walk to the metro station, Kato Patissia. And I gotta say, looking on the map, I mean, I'm familiar with the neighborhood. I just didn't realize how far up this hill that this apartment was. So walking down it is pretty easy, but walking up it, especially when it's hot, right now it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it's probably almost 100 degrees out. So it's not so easy to do if you have to do it a few times a day. But the reason I'm doing this video is just because when I am looking for an apartment someplace and I don't know the area, you know, you look at the map and you have no clue, is it a deserted area, is it a dangerous area or whatever, because they're going to show the pictures of the apartment and maybe one picture of the street, and they're going to frame it in the best possible way they can, of course. but you have no idea what the rest of the area is like and all of that. So that's why I'm doing this walk, to show that, you know, this is a quiet area. And if you look on the map, this is north of the city center in Athens, so people might look and say, oh, that's way too far out, there's probably nothing out there or something like that. So this will give you an idea of what Kato Patissia at least looks like. But a lot of other neighborhoods, if they are, you know, along the metro, they're probably very similar to this. So you have your little stores here, your little pharmacies and all that. And then straight ahead is the main street, Arkanon, which goes all the way into the city center. And, you know, I come back here late at night. Like last night, I was coming back probably about 12:30 or whatever. You know, no problems. Actually, the streets were pretty dead up here, even though that little park that I passed on the left a little bit back is normally packed with kids and families and stuff hanging out, you know, well into 10 o'clock or so. So, you know, it's a pretty lively neighborhood at night. But late at night, you know, everybody's home asleep, so it's pretty dead. But yeah, so this is Arkanon, and you see there's plenty of stores and restaurants and all kinds of stuff around here. Perfectly fine neighborhood, you know, it has everything you need, and you have the metro right up the block. And so up on the corner there's a Everest coffee, cafe, pastry kind of shop. There's a Goodies hamburger place, which is like the McDonald's of Greece. And there's even a pizza place that's like, you know, takeout kind of thing, and it's like $5.50 for a whole pizza, and it's actually pretty good, which is right around the corner from here. So everything is within reach pretty easily. I'll just show you the intersection of Arkanon and Kalari. And you got this nice place. I see a lot of people sitting out here at night, just you know, hanging out, watching soccer or whatever, talking to their friends. So this is a pretty nice place. You got another supermarket here. You got this Italian place across the street, like outside seating and stuff. It's kind of like garden-like. It's pretty nice. And you got Goodies right here. A whole bunch of taxis. So guys, this is what the area around my Airbnb looks like, and I'm very familiar with this area. That's why I come out here when I stay out in Athens. So if you like the area and you're thinking of staying someplace in Athens, check out Kato Patissia. Pretty decent prices, pretty decent neighborhood, and good access to the metro. Hope you like this one. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.